Hello! We are going to do an OnlyFans Q&A tonight. It's going to be real casual. I'm excited to answer some of your questions. Oh, I'm also so tired. This is the 4th video today that I am filming, but the grind don't stop. So hopefully I can stay awake. I asked you over on my Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And you guys sent in a ton of questions. I'm just going to answer everything in chronological order that they were received in. Because I already have an OnlyFans Q&A posted, I wanted to make sure that the questions answered today were not previously answered in the old OnlyFans Q&A, but be sure to watch that to catch up, because if you have a commonly asked question, I'm pretty sure I answered in that video. In fact, I have a whole playlist of OnlyFans related content down below, so if you're new here, definitely check that out to get all of the deets and info. One last thing, I know people don't like my long intros, but I do offer promos for OnlyFans, so if you need help promoting your account, definitely send me a DM. I have no idea what you guys sent. I did not look at anything beforehand, so I think I'm just going to find some good ones and answer as many as I can. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because I always shout out the first comment on my social media, so be sure to be following me on Instagram. With all that being said though, let's dive right into this Q&A. Starting off hot, has your content ever been leaked? Personally, I'm not sure, and I choose not to go down the deep dive of my own content. I just would rather not know. I hope not. I don't think so, but there's always that possibility, so definitely keep that in mind if you are also a creator. It's possible, so be comfortable with what you post, but keep that in mind. Also, it'd be pretty illegal to do that, so please don't consider it. Please don't do it. It's just not fun or fair for everyone else. Just make them pay the same toll that you did, you know? How come you structure your OnlyFans the way that you do with others' content but not yours? Okay, so this is a little bit of a misconception here, because I do structure my OnlyFans with my own content, but just on certain days, and I've learned that it just works best for my content and my audience, because it provides another barrier to keep my own content safe and private in the DMs, but it also allows other people to gain exposure and promote their own content on my account. And not going to lie, I just make the most money by doing it this way, and it keeps my own content safer and just a little bit more private. It prevents people from subscribing with bad intentions, if that makes sense. I was doing well on OnlyFans until the subscriptions ended. How can I get fans to come back? I think losing fans after a subscription ends is just inevitable. That will always happen. It happens to me, it happens to other people. The difference is you want to keep promoting so that every time you may lose subscribers, you're also gaining some as well, and hopefully just kind of keep that traction going, and through that you will get some that are loyal and want to stay, but you'll always kind of get those people that don't want to. Can OnlyFans affect my future job somehow? Oh, definitely. I mean, there's always a risk in doing this. However, there's also the possibility of keeping this completely separate if you are super careful. Depending on what you want to do with your future, that's definitely something to factor in. But for someone like me who knows I will always be my own boss, I don't like working underneath someone, it's the perfect job for me. Do you still promote your OnlyFans besides on YouTube, or do people sub to you just from those videos? Honestly, I've been slacking a lot with promotion, because yes, YouTube does carry in most of my audience, that I've never felt the need recently to promote the way that I did in the beginning, but I definitely promoted like heck in the beginning of my journey. Luckily though, YouTube kind of took off with these OnlyFans videos, and that has been enough to help support me this whole way. But find what works for you. Find that gold rush, whatever it is that keeps bringing fans in. For me, it was YouTube. For somebody else, it could be TikTok or Twitter or a dating app. I don't know. Okay, a lot of people ask questions about copyright issues with using music in videos on OnlyFans and if it's okay to do. So far, it seems like you totally can have music playing in the background, but I think it's only because it's gone unnoticed. It seems very unlikely that you'd be able to profit off of somebody else's music, especially if that artist realized that that song was playing in something that you legally earned money from or somebody paid to watch. It just seems to get really sticky, and you don't want to put yourself in that situation down the road, even if you think it's okay to do now and no one is stopping you. I just don't really seeing it end well. I would just be careful. I would mute the video, I'd turn off the music just to be safe, because at the end of the day, you're putting a price on content using somebody else's song, and that alone doesn't really sound legal. Knowing what you know now, what would you do differently if you started today? Oh gosh, I'm so glad that I don't have to start today. First of all, I think OnlyFans is a very different platform a year later. I don't know if it would be as easy as it was last year for me to get started, but knowing everything that I know now, definitely don't promote on Snapchat. Be super careful with Instagram. That one link, that one swipe up, it can delete something forever, so just be super aware of that. I'm also banned from Hinge because I was promoting on Hinge.
And TikTok and Snapchat, so be careful.
I'm really missing out, you guys. Any tips to stay motivated? I got a lot of questions asking about motivation in terms of OnlyFans, and I guess my biggest thing for this is there will be plateaus. You will go through ups and downs like anything in life. You will have those moments where you feel like giving up and where you feel super inspired and motivated, but if this is something you really want to do, you have to stick with it and understand those hard times and challenges will exist, but you have to persevere, work hard, get through it, push through it, and things will change. You know, everything is temporary, and you might have a bad day or a bad week, but then someone could subscribe and give you like a $100 tip. You never know. So being resilient is really going to pay off with OnlyFans, because a lot of people start with such high hopes of like making a lot of money and then giving up in like a month, but it's the ones that stick with it for, hey, a year, like me, that actually see the results and they see the income and they see the paycheck. How many fans were you at when you started doing promotions? I'm at 210 right now. Girl, that's awesome. You can totally do your own promotions. Do you ever have your boyfriend help you with making OnlyFans content? No. Not really my cup of tea, not really my content that I produce, but a lot of people do this and it's successful. Just be sure that whoever you are featuring in your content, OnlyFans also has their ID on file, because third-party content gets really sticky, and even my account got temporarily disabled for that with promos. Just be sure that everyone is verified before featuring them on an adult website. Ooh, okay, people are definitely going to have mixed opinions about this next one, but will it affect your following if you put in the description that you don't send nudes? Short answer, yes, because right off the bat, they know that you are not doing something they may want to subscribe for. You want to be upfront and clear and not give someone the wrong idea, but you also want to make money and gain fans, and by saying that, you might not really gain as much as somebody who states that they do offer that type of content. My best advice is don't mention what you don't do in your description at all. Just mention what you do offer. This is you promoting your product or your brand or your site, and with any product that you purchase, the product won't mention what it doesn't do. The product is just going to mention all the cool benefits and things that it does do. How do you respond to creeps? You don't. Really, if someone is being creepy or bothering you or making you feel uncomfortable, you ignore them. If they continue to harass you, you mute, you restrict, you block. There are so many options on the site to help you with this. If you're feeling creeped out, don't give them the time of day. How often do you send out pay-per-views and how do you price them? So I send mine out every single weekend. Again, this answer varies for everyone, but I price them depending on how many photos are in the bundle as well as what's being revealed in the photos. I know that's super vague, you guys, but I just like to keep my content really private. I tried opening an account, and once I get to the 24 to 48 hour period, it keeps getting deleted. Why? I can't answer this question. There are so many reasons as to why they could have, and I'm pretty sure they will tell you. If it's taking longer than they say, this is just because I think this site has become so oversaturated and populated since the pandemic and just everything that happened this last year. I think a lot more people are trying to use the site and get more creative with making money. Because of this, they might have longer pending periods. How often do you shoot and how far in advance do you plan out? Typically, this is going to sound so corny, but I try to shoot when I feel inspired or when I feel beautiful in my own skin, and I try to get as much content as I can out in one sitting so that I am far ahead in content and I do have a lot stored up. Do people you know in real life subscribe to you? How do you feel about them knowing and hanging out after? So nobody that I see or hang out with that I know of is subscribed to my account. There have been a few names pop up where I'm like, you could be this person, but I don't know. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me because at the end of the day, they're supporting me, so kind of like a win-win. What kind of content keeps your fans around month after month? A variety of content, to be fair, because they're paying a certain amount of money to see X, Y, and Z. Everyone's content is going to differ and change. I definitely try to have a variety in like price and what I'm posting and all of that. But at the end of the day, you also need to make sure that you have your comfort zone and your boundaries, and making sure that you set up boundaries for yourself in terms of what you will post and what you won't post. Never posting anything that makes you uncomfortable. Okay, the number one question that I did receive though from like almost every single person was taxes. How do I do taxes? Like, should I hire someone for taxes? Do I put them away? How do taxes work? I have yet to file taxes on OnlyFans because it hasn't been a complete year of doing it quite yet. However, when I do file, I'm vlogging the whole day. You'll come along with me. We'll go through the whole process together. I don't think that video will be out yet, so definitely subscribe because I'm really excited to film it. I'm excited to be completely transparent and tell you exactly how much I owe in taxes because OnlyFans doesn't take out taxes with every paycheck. You actually pay taxes all at once during tax season, so definitely make sure that you are saving and putting aside 20 to 30% of your earnings. As a YouTuber, this really isn't like news to me because I've been doing this with YouTube for so many years, but if you're used to an employer, this might come as a shock, so definitely just be ready. I'm actually going to see a professional to help me with taxes this year because it's going to be so complicated with all of my streams of income that I just want to make sure that I'm doing it all correctly. But when I do that, I will vlog the day and I'll tell you guys everything. Oof, how long do you expect OnlyFans to last? I'm not sure, honestly, because it's already lasted a lot longer than I expected to be on the platform. Like when I started, I really thought I was just going to give it a week. I really thought I would just try it, see how much money I made and move on, but it became so successful that a year later, here I am. As long as possible, really. Going off of that last question, do you feel that OnlyFans will still be popular after COVID? So it was doing pretty well before COVID, and it's been doing pretty well right now, and we have the vaccine out and COVID is hopefully getting better. So I hope so. I hope it kind of weeds out the people that weren't taking it seriously, or the people that tried it out during the pandemic, or the celebrities that scammed people on it. So I hope it kind of filters out those accounts and really brings it back to the people that are on there for the right reasons. I just watched the Bachelor episode tonight, so right reasons was stuck in my head. COVID shifted a lot of things, but I think it's going to be just fine afterwards as well. Have you noticed a decrease in subs, or does it just keep going up? It's a slower growth than before, and that's on me because I'm not making as many OnlyFans videos right now. I'm not promoting it besides YouTube, so I know if I put in the work I could see more results, and I think it's just slower for everyone right now, to be honest, with the holidays, so we'll see. What do you use to make your content? Phone, or do you have a camera, and what camera is it? For YouTube, I definitely use a camera, but for OnlyFans, it's just my phone. It's just pictures, just like Instagram. Like, it's really all you need, so nothing special. Don't feel like you have to invest a lot of money into it to be successful. You can just take photos on your phone. What name does it show up in bank account when it's direct deposit? Sorry, I just read it completely as it was written, but it doesn't say OnlyFans. I know a lot of people asked if it shows up as OnlyFans in your bank account. It shows up as Phoenix International. I assume that's like their corporate name, or that's where they handle money. I'm not sure, but no, it won't say OnlyFans. Is it possible to make $2,000 in a day? Absolutely. You have to work hard, but yeah, totally. It's always a good day when that happens. Oh, I like this question because it's just so genuine and sweet. But what made you want to start an OnlyFans? Honestly, I just went for it. I noticed that a few other creators were doing really well on it, and at the time, I was definitely in need of some extra cash, so I got a little too wine drunk and watched someone's video on trying OnlyFans. This girl made $3,000 in a week, so I was like, what the heck, let's try it. It took off from there, so I really didn't plan on it. It was very authentic and genuine and just kind of spur of the moment, but it happened, and I'm really, really glad that I made that decision. How old are you? I am 25. Ooh, has OnlyFans impacted your dating life? And if so, what ways? So I've kind of been seeing the same person since before I started OnlyFans. It's been over 2 years at this point, and luckily he was really supportive when I did start my account. So we haven't had any issues with that. However, there were a few months where we were not exclusively seeing each other, and we did break up for a period of time, and I did start to dabble in dating apps again right when quarantine started. What was kind of nice is it was quarantine, so I couldn't meet anyone, so we were just kind of talking on the apps or FaceTiming, and they didn't know what I did. Actually, I think there were a few people that found out what I did, and they were really supportive. This one guy actually sent me a tip on Venmo out of the blue. He didn't expect anything. I didn't send him anything, and I just said I'd pay him back with like drinks one day when we could meet up. I've never had a negative experience. No one's ever said anything. Were there people that maybe weren't interested in me because of what I do, yet I didn't know that? Probably. I think you'll always get that no matter what you do. There's this one vlogger I watch who said that she went on a date with someone and they weren't interested because she was on the internet, because she was like a YouTuber. No matter what you do, I think that's always a risk. How do you respond to disrespect on OnlyFans? You don't. You just ignore them. Why not Patreon? I don't really know anyone on Patreon that's making money. I've always considered Patreon more as something that bands or artists use. In high school, like I knew this one friend who had a Patreon for her music, and I've never considered that as like an adult website. Even Trisha back in the day, who used to use Patreon, shifted to OnlyFans, which she now has her own website completely. So that definitely goes to show that something wasn't working if she left the platform for OnlyFans. I can't think of anyone right now that's successfully living off of Patreon. A lot of people also asked about if they should have a monthly rate subscription price or if they should have a free account. I mentioned this a couple of times. I think both routes are successful in their own ways. They are just different paths to success. One way might work really well for you, whereas the other option might work really well for somebody else. I think if you are definitely struggling with gaining fans, then maybe consider a free account and see if that helps you gain that initial audience. Like, I think both ways work. People just have different preferences on it. From what source do you make the most on OnlyFans? Subscriptions, tips, or referrals? This is a really good question, and I actually checked the other night because I wasn't sure, but I think I make the most off of subscriptions. I'll put the numbers up here to show you. I think my top earnings would be through subscriptions, then messages, actually maybe referrals too. That's definitely up there. Thank you to every single one of you that has signed up underneath my referral. I'll link it down below. If you've still not signed up for OnlyFans, definitely give it a try. Sign up with my link. But that has been a really awesome form of passive income as well. Do you ever feel like you do things you don't want to do so you don't lose fans? No, going off of what I said earlier, like, it's so important to have those boundaries set up with yourself so you don't find yourself in that situation. But if you personally feel that way, do not feel like you're forced to do that. You are in control. You're the boss. It's your page. You make the rules. They are customers, clients coming to you, so you have the final call. If you feel uncomfortable, please don't do it. Are you still promoting other women, and how does that work? Hell yes, I am. Definitely DM me on Twitter or my email. You can DM me on Instagram. Can you make a profit without nudity? Oh my gosh, definitely. I have a full video actually on how to make money without showing everything, so I'm going to link that above as well as down below. That should hopefully answer all of your questions. Total earnings update and earnings goal for January 2021. I think when this video goes out, my how much money I made on OnlyFans in a year video would have just been posted, so that will go through my total earnings update as of now because I'm pre-filming. Definitely watch that video because that will kind of go through all of that, and I don't have like an updated answer right now just because I am pre-filming, unfortunately. How to get subscribers to interact with me. I want to chat with them. You can send out a mass message to all of your fans. A lot of people do this, whether it's like paid content or just, hey, how is everyone, to kind of get the interaction going. Highly recommend doing this. This was what made the biggest difference for me halfway through the year when I started sending out mass messages of paid content every single week. So instead of waiting for people to come to me and be like, yo, I'm interested in that bundle, just sending it out, and then whoever wants to can just pay for it or unlock it. It will be there. So definitely take advantage of the mass media option in the DMs. Big game changer. How do you deal with family and friends reacting to you having an OnlyFans? With my friends, it's never been an issue. They've always been supportive. It's always been something that everyone is proud of because it has been, at the end of the day, something super successful to me, and they've just been amazing and supportive. And if you have the right friends and good, healthy, non-toxic friends, they won't give you a hard time. They will be there for you and support whatever you choose to do. As for family, I mean, it hasn't really changed my dynamic with my family at all. We don't talk about it that much, and my parents don't really ask too much about it. They are really proud of me financially, and I know that, and I'm buying a house this year, so that wouldn't be possible without OnlyFans. Like, sometimes we'll joke about it because someone from my dad's work might bring it up, or someone from my brother's high school might bring it up. So whenever I'm over and they mention that, we laugh. I find it hilarious. My mom's usually the one that's like, how are you not embarrassed? But I really don't care. Is it still worth making one now that the hype is gone? Where did the hype go? I didn't know it was gone. Yeah, if you want to go for it, it's definitely still worth it. So sign up down below. Honestly, 2020, the biggest lesson that it taught me was if you got it, monetize it, like, go for it. So definitely. Do you get OnlyFans mail at your home address? I've gotten this question a lot throughout the months this last year on OnlyFans. So far, no, but I know with tax season coming up, they will send out my 1099. Is it possible to be successful on OnlyFans while keeping it separate from your public life, social media, acquaintances, etc.? Yes. It is, but it's also a lot more challenging because you have to start from completely scratch. You don't even have those like few creeps that follow you on your Instagram, you know? You have to create new accounts, you have to keep it private, you have to use like probably a different name, but it is possible. It's just going to be a lot harder to get there. A lot of people are telling me my prices are too high. Should I lower them? If people are telling you that, maybe run a sale. If you're not getting people buying your content, maybe consider your price, but it's all about knowing your audience and listening to your audience. So that is something to definitely definitely consider. Do you know anyone who has an OnlyFans but is not showing their face, and if so, how is it working? I've done a ton of promos for girls that were staying anonymous. I'm not really sure about their statistics and how successful they are, but I know it's possible, and they had a page, so definitely possible. Definitely a little bit more challenging, I think, to get started. Moving on to the questions that people left on my YouTube channel, I just went to the community tab on my YouTube page and wrote out a post. So if you're watching this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, because sometimes I will post on my YouTube community page for stuff like this, and if you're subscribed, you'll be able to see it and send in your question or whatever I may ask for. Someone asked, what equipment or items do you feel is worth investing in or having to help quality of content? So like I said earlier, you don't have to invest anything if you can't afford to, or just like don't really want to. That's totally fine. This is not a necessity. However, I will say if you are looking to invest and you want to up your game, ring lights I've heard are a really big lifesaver. I don't have one personally, but I do have filming lights that can be helpful. A self timer or like a tripod, game changer. That definitely helps when you are by yourself to take more content. So yeah, maybe like a tripod, a self timer, ring light, just off the top of my head, those three would be really good. Do you go live on OnlyFans? If so, what do you talk about or do? I've actually never gone live on OnlyFans, but it is really tempting because I know it's another way that you can earn money. It's worth a shot. Does your family know about your OnlyFans? And if they do, how do they feel about it? I've definitely mentioned this in my first Q&A, and I did just talk about it, but yes, they are aware of it. I did not tell them. They found out from an extended family member who told my sibling, who told my parents, and then I kind of had to talk them off the ledge after they heard what was through the grapevine. Luckily, because of 2020, I haven't seen my extended family at all yet, so no one's ever like brought it up to me, but it's fine. Would you honestly say that this is worth it? It seems like OnlyFans has genuinely changed your life and you enjoy doing it. Yeah. No doubt about it. It is so worth it. It has genuinely changed my life. It's been such a great blessing. It saved my butt in 2020. I know it's not for everyone. Heck, I never thought it would be for me, but here we are. If you're feeling an itch to give it a go, I recommend just trying it. You never know what could happen. If you never try, like, you're always going to wonder. Has there been moments when you have considered quitting OnlyFans for good? Whew. To be completely honest, I think there have definitely been moments of weakness where things had gotten hard or just certain things had happened. I never went into OnlyFans thinking that I would be doing it forever, but I also never went into it thinking that I would only be doing it for a short period of time. It was really just, hey, it's working now, so let's just make as much money from it while I can until I no longer can at all. You know, it's not broken, so why fix it? I'm just going to continue to use it as long as I can, and then if that well dries up, then I'll find another one, or I'll start digging my own hole for my new well. That's such a weird metaphor, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's not something that I plan on doing forever, but I also don't plan on quitting anytime soon because I'm enjoying it right now. I'm just afraid, and there are so many things now that I have to be concerned about because OnlyFans isn't widely accepted among other social media platforms, and you have to be really, really careful, and that stress and paranoia and anxiety has put my butt right back into therapy this year. There have definitely been moments of weakness where I've considered quitting and things had just gotten super challenging, but I'm still here and I still really enjoy it, so I'm not quitting anytime soon. But I'm going to end the Q&A on that question. I hope it helped. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them as a comment down below, and myself or somebody else I'm sure can help answer that. Any OnlyFans video, it is fair game to promote your own account in the comment section down below. Support one another. If you are looking for a promo with me, you can email me or DM me on Twitter. Don't forget to sign up for OnlyFans using my link down below. I also have a pretty big list of other referral links that will get you free things, free money, or free points if you use them. Don't forget to subscribe because I post a ton of OnlyFans content. We are so close to 100K. It would really, really help me. Please subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I'll see you real soon with my next video. Bye! I was so hurt and upset that I never gave him another chance.